Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Keep 10, the required buildings and resources to get to Keep 10, the unlocked buildings and features that you would get at this stage of the game. We're going to start to think ahead to Keep 11 and beyond, and lastly, we'll talk about recommendations and commentary for the stage of the game. First off, we have the building requirements. So with every keep level, you also have to have the walls maxed out. So to get to keep 10, we have to, of course, have our walls at 9. But in addition to that, you'll also have to have your warehouse up to 9 as well. And you can see in the video here that there is the warehouse building in the background, and that is getting up to keep 9 or warehouse 9 right now in preparation for that keep 10. The resource requirements are continuing to increase for both the keep and the other buildings. The higher they get, the more they cost. The keep itself right now is at about 250,000 of the wood, food, and stone, roughly around there. And the other buildings, in addition to the keep, bring it up closer to the 400,000 range. And that's going to continue to increase. It's going to get into the many millions pretty soon, but so far it's pretty easy. It's not so bad. Okay, let's move on. Unlocked buildings at the stage, there's really nothing new. We've had a steady influx of new buildings, and if you don't know what some of those buildings do and you want to learn more, then you can feel free to check out the building spotlight videos for those specific buildings. But in this stage, it kind of starts to slow down. You'll only get one new building every once in a while, so there's not too much to learn after this point in terms of buildings and what the buildings do. Any new features? Not really. You can see the building, the Keep 9 right now, just like finishing off. You have that... what do you call it? The mysterious puzzle that you have to do and all that. Yeah, you get a few little things, but there's no actual real feature that is being unlocked at this point. Let's see, what else can we talk about? So thinking ahead to future keep levels, we still have that nagging military technology that we have to continue to be working on. And, that's going to come up, and it's the last one. So once you get that one done, then you don't have to worry about requirements for military technology after that final one there. I think it's around keep 11 or so, and then it kind of just stops. Hospital 10 is going to be required in the next keep level, so we're going to need that for keep 11. Workshop 11 is going to be required for keep 12, and then Archer Camp 13, not to be confused with Army Camp. Archer Camp is where you produce archers. Archer Camp 13 is required for Keep 14. Now, just some general commentary. We're actually getting to a pretty important stage. In the next video, the Keep 11 is probably going to be one of the most significant changes in terms of playstyle for a lot of the new players. If you haven't played this game before, Keep 11 is the one where you are exposed to the world. You had a beginner's bubble, a beginner's truce agreement where nobody can attack you as you're leveling up and everything is pretty easy. You just have to worry about growing. Now you're going to be exposed to the world. So we're going to talk about that quite a bit in the next video. You don't have to worry about that just yet. Just keep in mind that that is coming up. You need to, just as a recommendation, you should continue to prioritize the minimum requirements to be moving down that military technology tree. You want to cultivate Cleopatra for leadership. If you're not really sure what I'm talking about, cultivation stuff, you can check out the general series, and there's a whole video on how to do cultivation. But you do want to get her leadership up so that you can be marching faster towards all these boss rallies that you can see here. Make sure you're completing your daily activity as much as possible for the not only the little boss chest or the little chest rewards that you get and all that, it does help, but also so that you can get the fragments at the end. If you can manage to get there, you get a chance of getting a complete general, a really high quality general, but you could also just build up fragments and eventually you'll get some of those generals. Keep up to date with your mysterious puzzle. I know it's probably not the game that you signed up for, or maybe it is, but the mysterious puzzle does have some pretty decent rewards for leveling up, and that's where you get your Cleopatra, for example. You'll get lots of speed ups, and there are some good rewards, even if it is a bit tedious. It's only tedious because you're growing so quickly. Once you start to slow down your growth, which is going to happen in the 20s, then you won't have to do it quite as much. So suck it up, tough it out a little bit. It's worth it. Just get it done, and then you don't have to worry about it so much. Monarch talents and so on. I talked about that in the previous video. Just focus on ones that are for growth, research, that sort of thing. Don't worry about anything military-wise. You can change everything up in the future. So just focus on growth. If you do have extra gems and gold, I also highly suggest you invest them in patrolling for Monarch gear, because if you get those crowns, for example, up for your research and for your building, they will have a very significant impact on some of the bigger builds that are going to be upcoming. So do keep that in mind. All right, thank you for watching the Keep 10 video. I hope you're looking forward to the Keep 11. It's going to be a bigger one. There are going to be some important things to consider for your future growth. But for now, thank you very much for watching the ones up to here. And whoops, I did that by accident. I also want to say thank you to all the channel members for supporting the Miser's Guide to Evony. And if you do want to become a channel member, there's a join button that you can click, and you can check out the perks and so on. All kinds of different perks, including some one-on-one help from me. All right. I will see you in the next video.